we dive into the story, I'd like to start off by saying that I used to be an ordinary graduate student. I did nothing but slave away for my professors day in and day out. It seemed so unfair to just die like that. But then, I came back to life. Being dead was weird. Coming back to life was weirder. But even weirder than both those things combined was coming back to life and realizing that I was inside of the romance novel I'd been reading. Except, I wasn't me. I was Seria Sterne, villainess of the story. And even worse than being reincarnated as a literal villainess was, if I'm remembering correctly, and I am, this villainess gets freaking beheaded at the end of the story. I died an early, violent death in my first life, and I refused to go through that again. So I realized that if I wanted to live, I'd need to do things a little differently than how Seria did them in the book. The story is about a dimension-jumping heroine named Lena, who all the guys fall for, namely Ruche and Callus, the two male leads. In the story, Ruche and Lena marry at the end, and Callus commits suicide. In despair after my character, Seria Sterne, is killed. So I had this idea. If I can keep my enemies to a minimum, repair relationships that the real Seria destroyed with her wickedness around the castle, and keep myself from getting tangled up with Ruche and Lena, I should be able to survive this.
Ah, my lady. What a gorgeous, perfect day in our kingdom.
It took a little getting used to at first, but having servants really isn't so bad. It is a lovely day, isn't it? The sun is shining, the birds are chirping.
And a saint descended from the heavens.
What?
A blessing from above. There she is now, walking the courtyard. She's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. But beside you, of course, milady.
Who is that she's walking with?
Oh, my lady? Is that not you intended?
Well, it appears Lena has arrived and has already made fast friends with Callus. When I first got here, I worked hard to get Callus to like me, seeing as it was him who would eventually have me beheaded. I did, perhaps too good of a job because I somehow found myself engaged to him, which I thought would be perfect because it would protect me from getting wrapped up with Ruche. But if Lena and Callus get too close, that could be trouble for me. I was out on the balcony when...
Lady Seria.
Where did you come from? Your Grace. Greetings. It was Ruche, the male lead in the story who would eventually marry Lena. I had spent basically all of my time trying to steer clear of this guy.
You shouldn't be out here in the cold. If you get sick, that meddlesome fiancé of yours is likely to make a scene and send for a high priest.
My apologies, Your Grace. I was just,
We saw the ladies intended walking with a saint in a courtyard earlier. And ever since then, Seria's been feeling quite ill. My lady, you're a Sterne. You have the power of the gods. You're the most holy being in the Empire.
The saint is to be escorted to the High Church as soon as possible. I don't want any problems around here. Farewell, Lady Seria.
Your Grace. Oof, finally. He's gone.
Callus is intended. It's such a pleasure to meet you. I'm Lena.
Where did you come from?
I've been longing to meet you.
And I've been longing to avoid you at all costs.
I'm Lena. Maybe you've heard everyone calling me a saint. I don't know. It's because I fell from the heavens.
I guess I have heard that.
Callis said your wedding dress fitting is today.
I should be getting ready, actually.
I haven't seen one of your kind's wedding dresses before. You know, since I'm from another world and all.
Wait, how are they already on a first-name basis? It took me almost a year to get him to let me call him anything but Your Grace.
Oh, my lady.
What?
I'd love to watch you change into the dress.
She wants to watch me undress? This part was not in the book. I don't think that's customary.
A powerful woman like yourself has to follow every rule.
Oh, come on. Don't be so easily offended. So she made a little mistake. The saint is just trying to do her job.
Do you think if Archduke Berg-Rusche asked to watch me change, you'd think it was acceptable?
Why would Archduke Berg ask to watch you get changed?
Exactly. It would be inappropriate, and you'd be jealous, right?
Wait, what? You think Lena was trying to seduce me?
Why did you just call the saint by her first name in front of your fiancé? Maybe you're forgetting some customs as well.
Don't look at me like that, Seria. No, I've been appointed as Lena's protector. We've gotten close.
This is just like in the book. Lena's powers become unstable after she falls into this world, and as the head of House Hanaton, Callis gets appointed as her protector. I thought because he was engaged to me, this wouldn't happen.
Seria, are you mad at me?
You could say I'm a little annoyed that the luck I thought I had struck in your falling in love with me seems to be running out. I'm getting ahead of myself. I can't show that I'm angry. I need to play it cool. No, of course, I'm not mad.
I actually have to go see Lena again right now. Her powers are so unstable, I have to be around to be able to control them.
In moments like these, when Callis is doing or saying something so utterly without tact, it's hard to be a good person. I'm starting to understand why the Seria Sterne from the book was a diabolical raging witch all the time. I need some air. Oof. Oh, she fell from the heavens. She's so perfect with her perfect heavenly hair and her perfect heavenly teeth and her perfect heavenly...
Excuse me, Your Grace. You look unwell, milady.
Oh, Eliot, you scared me.
I'm sorry. It's just I heard you whispering and I thought you were with someone, but obviously you're alone.
Eliot Knight, commander of House of Berg. I know.
I heard you're suffering from a cold. Maybe the inspection of the glacier today overtaxed you?
No, I'm fine. I can handle my duties. Within House Berg's dominion, there rests an extraordinary mass of ice known as the Beast's Tomb. House Berg is charged with periodically checking the barrier around the glacier to prevent the emergence of monsters. And they require the power of the gods wielded by Sterns, like me, to do so. In the book, Seria would, occasionally, put off going to the lake for inspections, and everyone thought she was a total brat. If I want to solidify my position and survive this, then I've got to properly carry out all of my duties as a Stern. But Eliot's right. It is really taxing, especially when it's always this cold out.
Milady, why don't I take you back to the castle?
I guess I am kinda tired.
Ah, look who it is!
You've got to be kidding me.
Lady Seria,
What are you doing here?
did you just ask me what I am doing in my own house's dominion?
Whoops. I only asked, because...
What reason could you have for coming out to the lake in the dead of winter with no coat while afflicted with such a terrible cold?
Your Grace, I appreciate your concern, but...
Do you?
Why is he acting like this? Is he flirting with me? I do. I appreciate everything you do. You're the Archduke. Am I flirting back? My cold really isn't that bad, and I've got to stick to my duties as a Stern.
I remember a time, not so long ago, when you didn't seem concerned with your duties at all. Why are you all of a sudden such a good little worker bee for the house?
Oh, I've realized doing my duties is my passion.
Doing your duties is your passion.
Well, yes.
Is this not just an attempt to weaken your health even more, so that you might catch your fiancé's attention?
Why would I need to catch his attention? He's my fiancé.
It seems to me like the saint quite has his attention lately.
Why would you say that?
Have you finished the inspection?
Yes, Your Grace.
Have you finished your inspection yet? Ugh! Where does Ruche get off acting so high and mighty? I mean, I guess he is the Archduke, but why does he have to be such a jerk?
Well, if you're done, then let's head back.
Of course, Your Grace.
Why is he looking at me like that? Am I crazy?
We mustn't allow this precious Stern's health to deteriorate even more than it already has. Here, take my coat.
Oh, thank you. I get it. He doesn't want me to get sick. Why does he even care?
If I didn't already know you to be an intelligent woman, I would start to wonder.
Oh, his gaze continues to linger. Wait, this whole interaction has been so confusing. There is totally something going on between us. But that's bad. That's really bad. I can't be flirting with Ruche when I'm getting married to Callus in a week. That's the kind of behavior that gets you beheaded. I need to avoid him as much as possible. But there is something about him. I just want the wedding to wrap up as soon as possible so I can get out of this place. There's only one reason why I'm staying at Hausberg's palace right now. Sterns are considered to be such holy figures within the empire that they can only take part in certain important rites, such as the exchanging of wedding vows at a limited number of places. One of those is Hausberg's dominion, which guards the frozen lake. I'm starting to hate this book. And here's another problem. Lena isn't just a saint. She's actually a Stern too. As soon as it's revealed that she's a Stern, I'm not gonna seem so special anymore. I need to stay focused on making this wedding happen so I can quietly make my exit. I should be fine. Right?
My lady? Are you in here?
Baby! Abigail Orion, my escort knight, and my one actual friend here at the castle. She's been away for a few weeks. Maybe that's why I've been feeling off. It's not that Lena is ruining all of my plans. How was the Beast expedition? You look good. You weren't injured, were you? Did you have enough to eat while you were gone?
My lady, breathe in, breathe out.
Okay.
Better? I'm excited to see you too, my lady. I missed you.
Did you
Did I what?
kill anyone? Bibi was an assassin before she was my escort knight.
I've never hurt anyone who didn't deserve it. And everything went perfectly. Though I particularly missed you when my armor turned cold as ice.
I wanted to go on the Beast expedition with you so badly, but no one would let me. And this is exactly why. I can't have my Bibi freezing to death out there just because she doesn't have a Stern with her. Okay, so one of the reasons that I'm important around here is because armor is crafted using Constellation steel. These special armaments, known as astral armor, protect their wearers from being poisoned by magic. The knights who battle demonic beasts hold Sterns in high esteem, because without our intervention, their body heat would be stolen away by prolonged contact with astral armor. Maybe Ruche wasn't flirting with me before. Maybe he was just protecting me because I'm a precious Stern. Well, for now I'm precious. Once everyone finds out that Lena is also a Stern, I'm screwed. I need to solidify my usefulness around here. And I've got to get my head out of the Ruche-shaped gutter and focus on my upcoming marriage with Callus. Later, I was heading back to my chambers when I saw Lena and Eliot whispering in the library.
Why do people keep talking about how much Lady Seria has changed this past year? Was she really so awful?
Well, it was like one day she woke up and someone else was in her body.
Why does she visit the glacier every day? I want to go.
Only Sterns can purify the lake's barrier.
I envy her.
Milady, what do you mean by that?
How do I become a Stern?
Oh, milady, you're already a saint.
But doesn't Stern sound more dashing? The glacier can only be purified using a Stern's magic, so everyone in the palace is interested in her. Even with my divine power, I can't do that.
What's she getting at here?
I don't know if I'm supposed to mention it, but the house is throwing you a big welcoming reception soon.
I suppose. I can't help it. I want to be one so bad.
That greedy little...
Your birthday is coming up, Lady Seria. You usually put up such a fuss, but this year you've been quiet.
The original Seria Sterne was born on a wintry Wednesday. They have a rhyme here. A child born on Monday has a lovely face. A child born on Tuesday is filled with God's grace. A child born on Wednesday is full of sorrow, but a child born on Thursday brims with all the love of tomorrow. A child born on Friday shows others kindness and grace. In the original novel, Seria thought it was all so unfair. And it is. But after she awakened as a Stern, she quickly fell in love with having a wintry Wednesday birthday. Seria officially became a Stern on her 15th birthday, when the awakening of her spiritual powers was heralded by the appearance of a small star on her neck.
Also, milady, I thought you should know. The saint has been showing a lot of interest in Constellation Steel.
Oh, does she have an interest in dying? It's dangerous for her to go near that stuff before her powers have stabilized.
Oh, you know the saint. She's inquisitive.
Will you focus on what you are doing instead of the saint?
I'm sorry, milady.
I'm going to go outside.
Milady, what about your cold?
I feel much better. It doesn't matter how many times I've seen these silver laurel boughs. They're still amazing. Inspecting the glacier isn't possible without it. The silver laurel, whose branches have the power to both strengthen and purify the barrier, is also used as a substitute by knights when a Stern isn't available. Maybe I'll ask Bibi to come with me to the glacier today. Oh, shoot. I'm so clumsy.
You appear in quite high spirits, Lady Seria.
Your Grace! Of course, this is when he walks in. When I'm on my hands and knees looking like a klutz.
Here, let me help you.
You don't... Oh!
I can't watch a lady on her hands and knees cleaning up a laurel branch mess all by herself. What are you doing with all of these? Going to the glacier again?
I was thinking about it.
I don't trust you, Lady Seria. I think you're doing this because you want something.
I'm just trying to be a good person.
You are quite the enigma, Lady Seria Sterne. I might actually find myself a little sad when you leave to go live at House Hanniton.
My lady, your wedding presents have arrived. Marquis Hanniton has sent you a sapphire.
Callus has given me so much. I'd like to return the favor by giving him something before the ceremony.
I should head out.
So soon, Your Grace?
In case you haven't noticed, as the head of House Burke, I don't have time to consider wedding gifts for other men. Goodbye, Lady Seria.
Of course, Your Grace. I could allow myself to get distracted by Rusha, but I need to stay focused. My life is literally on the line here.
Lady Seria?
Oh, Bibi, what's wrong?
It's a catastrophe. The saint, Lady Lena. She collapsed after touching the Constellation Steel monument. Not only that, the monument itself turned transparent and began to shine.
That means...
Yes. A new Stern has appeared.
You've got to be kidding me. This doesn't make sense. How could this be happening now? In the book, Lena didn't realize she was a Stern until close to the end. And being close to the end of the story would mean I'm close to death.
How is the saint's condition?
Your Grace. Fortunately, the worst has passed.
Marquis Hannington.
Marquis Hannington's presence at her side has made all the difference. He's been so attentive and sweet to the saint.
Callis?
Come on, Lena. Wake up.
Callis isn't even noticing I'm here.
A new Stern. Your Grace, this is quite exciting for the house.
This all seems dramatic.
This is weird. My fiancé isn't noticing I'm here. And Rusha, Lena's future love interest, if all goes according to the book, seems to be suspicious of her.
Lady Seria, were you also afflicted in such a way when you awakened as a Stern?
No, Your Grace. The effects a person experiences from Constellation Steel are proportional to the magnitude of their power. My divine power is nowhere near as immense as Saint Lena's, apparently.
I'm tired of this. There's no way the saint was unaware of the fact that her body was overflowing with divine power. Yet she still insisted on touching Constellation Steel and causing such an uproar in my palace. I can't be running around because some saint needed more attention than she was already getting.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think she would purposefully go to these lengths.
Abigail!
Your Grace?
You've been overseeing the saint's lessons, have you not?
Well, I just stepped in a few days ago.
Tell me, if she were properly educated on the rules of this world, why would she do this?
Maybe because she feels a great sense of admiration for Lady Seria. Maybe she wanted to be more like her.
Yeah, right. Great sense of admiration. This little punk is coming for me.
This is my fault, Your Grace. I'm sorry.
Lena doesn't admire me. She just wanted to check if she was a Stern. In the book, Lena accidentally came into contact with Constellation Steel. Her divine power burst forth with such force that it nearly killed her. This time, she seems to have touched it on purpose. I don't like how things are playing out. How am I supposed to avoid my fate if I can't anticipate what's coming next?
She's waking up.
Great. She's alive.
Lena, are you awake?
Oh, Callis still has not noticed I'm here. I've got to watch how he treats the darling saint.
Callis?
Don't worry, Lena. You'll be fine. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, I could scream right now, but I won't. Gotta keep your head to keep your head, right?
Shall I cut off his hand?
Did he say that to me?
The Burke estate is extremely busy in winter. I don't have the means to keep this nuisance in my palace any longer. Abigail, send word to the High Church that St. Lena will be returning there as soon as she's able to move.
Your Grace, isn't that rather excessive? She didn't choose to become ill.
I beg to differ, Marquis.
Calling a saint and a Stern a nuisance? What is wrong with you?
I can say whatever I want. We're in my palace.
She's sick, Your Grace. She can't move. She needs to rest.
You know who else is sick, Marquis? Your intended. I think your priorities might be a bit off.
Seria, I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry.
Yes. Hello. I'm the one who should be angry at Callis for tending to another woman, not Rusha Burke. Time after time, I've swallowed my feelings, trying to stay nice and affable, thinking all along it would help me avoid Seria's fate in the story. But now...
Lena, are you all right?
Lady Seria.
Oh my God! He's holding my hand? What if Callis sees?
Don't worry, Lena. You'll be fine. I'm right here.
I can't believe I haven't heard from Callis since yesterday. You'd think he would feel bad about blowing me off in front of everybody.
Lady Seria.
Oh, Your Grace. You surprised me.
Do you think you'll be able to inspect the lake properly?
Oh,
If you're just using the inspection as a means of escape, why not just lock yourself away in the annex instead?
It's almost as if he cares about me. You don't need to be worried about me, Your Grace. I'm going to fulfill my duties. I am a Stern.
My lady, I wasn't doubting you. I would never.
Seria! I've been looking for you everywhere. Interesting that I find you here with him.
That's an interesting way to greet the Archduke, Marquis.
Well, you'll have to pardon my rudeness, Your Grace.
I don't have to do anything.
Interesting, Your Grace, that I've been looking for my betrothed all day and I find her here, in this very secluded area with you. Seria, come.
I don't recall granting you permission to enter. Are you unaware of the fact that no one, aside from a Stern, may enter this place without my express approval?
If I wasn't so fatally insecure, I'd think they were fighting over me.
I will gladly make restitution once I return to my own lands.
You think I need your money? You think you get to decide your own punishment for disobeying my laws? In my house, we follow tradition.
What tradition?
Well, Marquis, break my rules and one of your hands gets cleaved off at the wrist.
Ooh, that's a harsh punishment.
Don't be ridiculous. Are you calling for war between our houses?
I never said war. Are you calling for war?
War? In the middle of winter?
If it is a war you crave, then Burke will gladly answer.
It is you with the bloodthirsty craving, not I.
Very well. I shall have an urgent dispatch sent to your estate immediately, and—
An urgent dispatch? Your Grace, my intended has been most discourteous, but wouldn't waging a war over something this minor be cruel to the knights who are already responsible for minding the glacier in winter? I beg you, Your Grace, please, show the same benevolence that you have shown this Stern. My betrothed will vow to never do anything so disrespectful again. Why is Rusha looking at me like that? Oh, I'm holding onto his robe. My careless fingers. Oh, snap out of it, Seria.
Marquis, you have a most excellent fiancé.
Seria, a word?
I gotta get out of here.
Seria, stop! I asked to speak with you. You took hold of the Archduke's clothing. It was so indiscreet.
I'm the one whose behavior has been indecent?
You mean Lena? She is a delegate of the gods who has come to us from an otherworldly plane. She has no one to rely on but me. Can you understand that?
I think I have been more than understanding.
You have a funny way of showing it.
You didn't even acknowledge my presence in St. Lena's bedchambers.
That was different.
You're right. It is different. I don't call the Archduke by name, let alone in front of my intended.
Seria, please.
Let go of my hand!
I'm trying to talk to you.
Everything is spinning. I can't keep calm.
Seria, how could you wrench your hand away like that? You've fallen in the snow. Let me help.
I can get up on my own. Why don't you just break off our engagement and propose to St. Lena instead?
You're the one I love.
How am I supposed to believe that? Sure, I didn't fall head over heels in love with Callus. At first. This was all just an attempt to escape my fate and survive. But at some point, I started to feel something for him. In the book, Callus takes his own life. We share similar fates. Since Lena and Rusha already have a happy ending laid out for them, wouldn't it be all right if the two of us enjoyed a bit of happiness too? Don't you realize how terrified I am every time I see you by your side?
Seria, don't cry. We'll leave for my estate as soon as the wedding is over. Once St. Lena recovers, I promise to never see her again. I'll be a faithful husband.
He seems sincere enough. Maybe all of this fighting is pointless. Just make sure you're at the wedding, okay? And on time.
Where else would I be?
What are you trying to say, Callus?
You can't call me that anymore.
We know each other. We're close.
That's it, Lena. We can't be close anymore. After the wedding, we can't spend time together.
Wish we'd met sooner.
Don't say things like that.
What's that bracelet you're wearing? I've never seen it before.
You notice everything. It's a gift from Seria.
I think she and I should be friends. I think that would help.
This isn't because of Seria.
Oh, come on, Callus. I'm not stupid. I know it's Seria telling you that you can't spend time with me. She was clearly not happy to see you caring for me when I was sick.
It is a breach of etiquette to refer to someone you're not close with by their first name. You need to address her as Lady Seria.
You people and your etiquette.
Lena, calm down.
And now Archduke Burke says I have to return to the High Church. You said you were my protector. You'll never know how happy I was when I heard you say those words. Was all of it a lie?
Lena, come on.
Is there anything I can do to get Lady Seria to like me? Anything at all?
I understand why you want to, but it's not going to be possible.
I'm going to the glacier.
What? No, you can't do that.
I'm going. Even if I have to go alone.
All right, I'll come. But we have to make it quick. I can't be late for the wedding.
Of course. We'll be back with plenty of time to spare.
And we can't tell anyone we're going together either. Seria would never speak to me again.
Are you seriously telling me they left the premises? And we've lost all word of them?
Yes, Your Grace. Apparently all contact with Marquis Hannington has been severed. We think they got caught up in the sudden blizzard.
He must be out of his mind. Either that or he wants Lady Seria to die.
Perhaps they simply got lost. I don't think Marquis Hannington wants Lady Seria to die.
The Stern's wedding is not something that can be taken lightly. Marquis Hannington knows this. If anything goes wrong, if any of the rules aren't followed, the Stern's power will erupt. In the worst-case scenario, she would die.
Lady Seria is joining the search party. I think I should accompany her so that I can
You are to inform Seria that she is not permitted to take a single step outside of my premises.
I can't leave? I have to find Callus before the ceremony.
We're halting the search for today anyway, my lady. The blizzard is becoming too violent to venture closer to the glacier.
Callus will be able to make it back, won't he?
The Archduke sent me with a message for you.
Pass this along to Lady Seria. I'll get that wretch into the wedding hall, even if I have to hog-tie him and toss him inside myself. Continue your preparations as normal. No matter what may come to pass, your wedding will proceed as planned.
Oh my goodness, Bibi. This is all becoming so intense. The High Church has so many rules for this wedding.
Lady Seria, it's okay. The Archduke is going to make sure everything goes according to plan.
Marquis Hannington never returned. Apparently he's stranded. Surely he didn't run off with the saint.
A wedding without a groom! What a humiliation for the Stern!
I have never felt so awful in my life. Callus is standing me up at the altar, in front of all these guests. I'm starting to feel a bit ill.
Oh, God. Marquis Hannington has run out of time. At this rate, Lady Seria's divine powers will explode any minute.
What did you just say?
Feels so... I just coughed up blood. What's happening to me?
Lady Seria!
You mustn't touch her!
Let me go! Her ladyship...
Abigail, this is a Stern ceremony. If she is touched out of turn now, her divine powers will be too dangerous for everyone here.
But look at her! She's bleeding!
And here I was thinking I'd managed to avoid the terrible ending from the original story. Oh, I was so stupid. Is this really how I die? On the altar of my own wedding? Why? I wasn't a villain. I did everything right.
Out of my way!
My Grace, you mustn't touch her!
I won't just stand by and watch her die.
Your Grace.
You cannot die, Lady Seria. Not like this. You have to be strong now.
Your Grace.
Prepare for a commitment ceremony at once.
Your Grace! What are you doing?
The Stern's wedding shall proceed as scheduled. Seria Stern will be saved, by whatever means necessary.
Please! Don't kill me like this!
Are you awake?
Your Grace.
What were you dreaming about?
I was dreaming I was dying. Where am I? The last thing I remember, I was preparing for the wedding. The wedding must have happened. Maybe I fell ill at the reception. But why is Ruche here wiping my brow? Where is Callus? Are we married?
You really don't remember?
Therefore, I command the head of House Berg, Archduke Ruche Berg, to swear an eternal oath to Seria Sterne, the recipient of the constellation's blessing.
I married you.
The head of House Berg couldn't suffer the disgrace of losing a Stern.
Did everyone but me know I could die if the wedding didn't go according to plan?
Yes. Stern weddings are always extremely strict affairs. In order to prepare for the worst possible scenario, it's customary for the Stern to remain unaware of such a possibility. The pressure can be too much to bear.
So, Callus knew.
Yes, Lady Seria. Callus knew.
I can't believe I trusted him. I can't believe I actually allowed myself to feel things for him. He was going to let me die so he could, what, frolic with Lena?
Seria! Seria, where are you? Let me through. Where is she? Seria!
It's fine. You can leave us. I have something to discuss with Marquis Hannington.
How could you, Seria? How could you marry Archduke Berg of all people? I hate him. You saw he threatened to cut off my hand, and then you let him take yours?
You didn't come to our wedding.
I knew there was something going on between you.
You left me at the altar to die. My marrying another man? That was entirely your doing, Callus. No, if it hadn't been for the Archduke, I would have died a horrible, agonizing death. He saved my life, while you...
How do you know that you would have...
You thought I wouldn't find out? You knew that I'd die if you were late, and yet you still... Or was it that you actually wanted me to die? Is that why you went with Lena? Would this all be easier for you if I were dead?
I would never want you to die. We ran into misfortune. I didn't choose not to come. I was worried sick about you. Even in the face of a raging blizzard, I tried everything I could to get back to you, but then... I don't know, I suddenly lost consciousness. I don't know what happened.
I don't believe you.
Seria, you...
Wait, how is Callus still alive? His own powers should have exploded just like mine would for the price for breaking his oath. You see, Callus had already taken part in a ceremony in which he pledged to marry a Stern. It bound him to Sterns, meaning he could theoretically marry any one of them.
Seria, you are the only woman I've ever wanted to marry. Every declaration I made to you has come from the heart. I love you. Truly, I do. Seria, please, give me another chance.
But all of those moments, walking on eggshells, trying to please Callus, all of that time I spent playing the part of the charming, docile fiancé, all of the time I spent swallowing my anger, pretending to be someone I'm not, it was all leading me to another kind of ruin. Callus, did you marry Lena?
Seria,
You did. You married her. You're sitting here yelling at me for marrying the Archduke to save my own life. Meanwhile, you're married to her!
Seria, let's just both get divorced and start over. We can go back to how things used to be. It's not too late, Seria.
My feelings for you have disappeared. Do you really think it's not too late?
Disappeared? Please, let's talk this through.
Please let go of my arm.
Seria!
I can sense another Stern's power emanating from you. It's quite repulsive. So I'd like it if you stopped touching me.
Come on, Seria, just let me...
She told you to unhand her. Do you need to get your hearing checked, Marquis Hanniton? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
I'm sure all of this stress has you overtired. Let me take you to a priest to get well.
I was in the middle of a conversation with her. I can take her to the priest.
It seems I am beholden to you, Your Grace.
Seria.
Too bad, Callis. Beholden. Isn't such strong language rather excessive between spouses?
Please refrain from any vigorous movements for the time being, Lady Seria. I shall take my leave.
Do you feel better? What is it? Is something wrong?
Well, it's just... Why am I suddenly so nervous around Rusha? Why can't I get the words out?
What are you doing? Don't kneel before me. It isn't necessary. Here, get up. Did you sustain a head injury when you fell at the altar? Should I get the priest to check on it?
No. My head is fine. Great. I'm acting so strange, he thinks I have a brain injury.
Then what is it, my lady?
Well, I'm just now coming back to myself after almost dying at the altar, and I know it's belated, but I need to say thank you for saving me, Your Grace.
Oh, is that all?
I'm coming to understand how deeply and truly I owe my life to Rusha, the person I thought was the most dangerous one in the book. I'll do everything in my power to repay the kindness you have shown me. He wagered his first marriage in order to save me. The first marriage of the sole Archduke? It's kind of a big deal. And, don't be too concerned, Your Grace. I shall do my best to not undermine your future marriage prospects. I know that this isn't what you planned for.
Future marriage prospects? I've never had a woman express concern for my feelings before.
I know that you've sacrificed your first marriage to me, but I think you could marry 2 or 3 times and you'd still be setting ladies' hearts aflame, Your Grace.
2 or 3 times? Do you see me as some sort of lecher?
No, not at all, I swear.
Why are you watching my reaction so intently? Are you afraid of me, Lady Seria?
Yup. Terrified. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of you, Your Grace. I just aim to please. I intend to do my utmost as a Stern for the sake of this estate, for however long our marriage may last.
Consider me pleased, my lady.
Baby, you're in jail! I didn't even know this person was down here. What's going on?
My lady, are you all right?
Am I all right? You're the one locked away. What on earth possessed you to hurl your gauntlet at Callus's knights? That constitutes contempt.
I was only challenging them to a duel, my lady. It took my last ounce of patience to refrain from flinging it directly at Marquis Hanniton. After what he did to you, I just couldn't...
It kind of feels good that everyone seems to be mad at Callus on my behalf. But I should be responsible. Oh, Bibi, that temper of yours.
What Sir Abigail did wasn't a challenge to a knightly duel. It was practically a rampage.
Eliot!
You only narrowly avoided being expelled from the Empire altogether, Abigail. Thanks to His Grace's mercy, she'll be free to go within a few days.
Oh, Bibi, His Grace knows how dear you are to me. How can I ever repay his kindness?
You seem to be growing quite keen on him, my lady.
First, he saves my life, and then he saves my best friend from exile. I think he's earned my affection, no? Oh, isn't the dungeon rather cold? What if Bibi freezes to death in there?
Are you speaking in earnest, milady? You know, Abigail is the type to find a way out alive, even if she were trapped in a glacier.
As soon as Bibi is freed, I'm going to bring her warm beef soup and wrap her in the best, thickest cloak I can find. It might be good for her to stay in my bedchambers for the time being. What? Why are you laughing?
Oh, I can see why Archduke finds you so intriguing.
Did he say that? He said I'm intriguing?
Oh, hello. You two seem to be enjoying yourselves.
Oh, lean in.
Oh, lean in. I didn't see you there.
Lean in, Archduke Berg's overly anxious and overworked assistant. You don't look so good, Leanin. Are you all right?
Not really. His Grace suddenly married, which necessitated requesting the imperial family.
This guy really will just talk forever. But it's my fault he has to work so much.
But of course, my labors are nothing compared to your work inspecting the glacier, Lady Seria. The lady of the castle would normally handle such matters with me. But given the still delicate state of your health and the fact that your marriage to the Archduke has yet to receive royal approval, it's only right for me to manage everything on my own for now.
I feel like he's trying to calm my guilt. The people of House Burke are all so much nicer than I thought they were. Well, thank you, Leanin.
Oh, no need to thank me. Just focus on preparing for the year-end celebration to be held the day after tomorrow.
I certainly will.
Eliot! If you don't mind helping me out, a great deal of baggage needs to be moved.
Shall I assist you both?
No!
No need, my lady, we've got it.
We got it.
Oh, heavens, Lady Seria. You are truly a vision.
You don't think this dress is too flamboyant?
You're soon to become an archduchess. This kind of extravagance is fitting.
The Archduke only married me to save my life. I don't know if I can really consider myself royalty.
I have often seen acts of kindness become destiny.
Destiny? I like the sound of that.
Seria, do you think we could talk for a minute?
Have you lost your mind, Saint Lena? You need to leave at once.
No, it's all right.
But...
I'd like to hear what she has to say.
Very well. As you wish. I shall take my leave.
So, what do you want?
Please don't blame Callis. It's all my fault. I kept pestering him about how much I wanted to visit the glacier. I had no idea there was going to be a snowstorm.
You were aware Callis was my fiancé?
Well, yes. But he's such a dear, dear friend. All I wanted was the chance to create one final memory with him.
Oh, okay. So now that you have that one final memory, you plan on never seeing Callis again?
Seria.
Oh God, now I'm bullying her. Just like in the original story.
I really just want the two of us to be friends.
Lena, do you seriously think that's possible?
Callis and I are not technically, formally married, you know.
I don't care. That seems like more of a you problem than a me problem.
I don't understand why we can't seem to get along. We're more similar than you'd think. Wasn't your mother a commoner like mine?
What did she just say to me?
Your Grace, am I mistaken in thinking that Lady Seria was the very individual who collapsed during her wedding after suffering from massive blood loss? If not, then why am I seeing her all around the grounds exerting herself so?
I think it's better for her anyway to be busy than to sit with her idle thoughts.
What are you reading, my Grace?
Berg will invite a sorcerer from the kingdom of Nestler to cleanse demons of Laurel Manor. If his final purification proves to be too difficult, then...
Your Grace, don't worry about that. I look forward to hearing what the demons will say when they get a load of Lady Seria.
Festivities are about to begin. I suppose I should go and fetch my wife.
I'm also a commoner, so we're the same.
In the book, Seria's mother was beautiful, but it didn't matter how pretty she was because she was nothing more than a lowly actress. Seria was extremely sensitive to those words. No, that's an understatement. She became completely enraged if anyone brought her mother up. Even though I'm only possessing this body, I'm finding it impossible to contain my anger in this moment as well.
Seria, why are you making that face?
In moments like these, it's as if I have completely become Seria Sterne.
Seria, what on earth? Did you just hit yourself? Are you okay? Why would you do that?
Lena, where did you hear such a thing?
My tutor mentioned it to me.
Didn't your know-it-all tutor also tell you that I despise any mention of that subject? Or that allusions to such sensitive family histories are considered grave insults between nobles? If something like this had happened a few days ago, I would have done everything in my power to remain calm.
It's not his fault. I just don't understand such things very well.
But how long do I have to keep bending over backwards? Lena and Callus have taken turns screwing me over, and I've just stood there and taken it again and again. It doesn't make me a villainess to express anger when I've been so disrespected. No matter how often Callus claims your marriage is only temporary, you are still the Marchioness of Honiton, a saint, and, like me, a Sterne. Someone of your standing cannot go about saying whatever comes into your little head and embarrassing everyone simply because you don't understand.
Seria,
You aren't a child, Lena. No matter how much you act like one. Grow up and be more mindful of your position. I can't believe I slapped myself in front of Lena. I totally lost it. Oh, but she was so... She did that on purpose. What do I do?
What are you doing here?
Your Grace.
Are you going to answer my question, Marquis Honiton?
Well, if you must know, I'm finding Lady Lena. I must collect her.
What is she doing over here?
Honestly, I don't know.
You have your hands full with her.
Your Grace, when do you intend to annul your marriage?
Annul?
You have my deepest gratitude for saving Seria's life. In the name of House Honiton, I will pay any sum.
Why would I take your money for my wife? What kind of man would I be?
All right. I have every intention of divorcing Lady Lena. Furthermore, I believe I alone had formal consent of Marquis Calidon to marry Seria. Did you go through that process?
You were going to let her die!
That's fine.
Oh, Seria!
Out of my way! Lady Seria, what on earth are you doing?
What are you doing here? I'm embarrassed. I was so deep in thought, I didn't...
Why is your face so... Did someone hit you?
Should I tell him Lena hit me? No. Get it together. I cannot lie. I slapped myself? Here it comes. Instant divorce.
For some reason, I'm not surprised.
So, you're not mad at me?
Mad at you? I don't understand what happened.
I got into a minor disagreement with Lady Lena.
A disagreement?
I mean, it was nothing terribly serious. Yeah, nothing serious. Yeah. She just made me angrier than anyone has ever made me ever in the history of my life. Ugh. I really do not feel like talking about Seria's mother right now. Oh, this is such a mess. And while my life has been saved once by Rusha, I can't take that for granted. Trouble may still be around the corner if I'm not careful.
We should get some air before the festivities. That cheek of yours ought to be cooled. We can put some snow on it.
I guess he doesn't really care.
Are you coming?
Or maybe... Yes, of course, Your Grace. Maybe he is concerned about me.
Seria! Seria! And Rusha. Who does he think he is frolicking about with my betrothed?
Why do you keep looking at me?
Was I staring at him? What am I doing? Oh, come up with something quick! Something that isn't... I'm wondering how you get your hair to look so perfect all the time.
Really, Lady Seria, sometimes I wish I could open up that head of yours and peer inside.
Oh, no you don't. My head? Why?
Your mind moves in mysterious ways.
Well, a lady must preserve some mystery.
Like most things, you do a good job of it.
I'm happy to hear you're pleased, Your Grace. I'm worried your clothes will get soiled out here. You're in all white. A dangerous game to play.
Why are you worrying about me? Aren't you worried about your dress getting soiled?
Oh. Do you like it? Is it too much? I thought it was too much, but Begonia nearly insisted on it. I'm still getting used to, this whole... Why is he looking at me like that? Why am I still talking?
We should get going. The festivities must have already begun.
Of course, Your Grace. Did Marquis Hannington stop by the annex earlier?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. When you and I were talking, this was so strange, but I thought I smelled his cologne.
His cologne?
It's a unique scent. Well, when we were together, Oh my gosh, the look on his face right now is not good. Oh, Your Grace, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't be speaking about him like this.
No, it's fine. I didn't realize you were so fond of that knave.
It's only a memory.
Let's go. We're going to be late.
I'm feeling a little nervous for the festivities.
You'll have to get used to this kind of thing, my lady. Now that you're married to me, you're going to be the center of attention much more often.
Well, I don't need to be.
Consider it part of your duties to the house. It'll suit you well.
We've been getting along so well. Is this what they call a honeymoon phase? Or are we just well suited for each other? Thank you, Your Grace. For everything.
When we walk in, hold my hand.
That shouldn't be a problem.
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable, Callis. Should we really be here?
Yeah, of course. Why shouldn't we be here?
I just feel like people are staring.
Let them stare, Lena. Who cares?
I want to be on good terms with everyone. It's just been so tense ever since the wedding. If I can't be good with Seria, then I'd really like to remain favourable to everyone else.
Are you ever going to tell me what happened between you two earlier? I saw Seria storming down the hall in the annex and...
I've told you all there is to tell. I just wanted to apologise to her, but she caused a scene.
Wait, she caused a scene? What do you mean?
Oh, you know Seria. She didn't listen. She yelled.
I know Seria. Why did she... What did you say to make her yell?
Are you insinuating I am to blame?
I'm just not so sure Seria would yell at you for no apparent reason.
You can't be serious, Callis. She's enraged about what happened at the wedding, among other things. Of course she would yell at me. She's unreasonable. Why are you defending her?
Why are you speaking out of turn?
Oh, I'd rather not think about it anymore. Please just stop asking me.
Whatever you wish, my lady.
Presenting His Grace Archduke Burke and Her Grace Seria Sterne.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you all. My deepest gratitude. I look forward to celebrating with you all this evening.
Oh, wow. Look at Lady Seria. She just looks stunning.
Yeah, she looks great, Eliot.
Should we be referring to Lady Seria as Her Grace now?
I suppose we should.
Of course, she's a star.
Hey, Eliot, can we get some space?
Oh, but of course. It was a pleasant surprise to see you this evening.
You as well. Good evening.
Lady Seria. She's such a star, huh?
didn't rescind their invitations?
What would I have told them?
Any number of reasons.
They deserve to be here as much as I do. It isn't as though tonight is all about me.
If tonight isn't about you, then who is it about?
When it comes to Marquis Hannington and St. Lena, I feel like I'm this third wheel caught between the two of them. I feel so awkward. It's all right if they stay. Maybe it will help with everything.
Do you enjoy belittling yourself?
I suppose this is just the way I am. I'm trying to see the best in everyone. I'm trying to be a good person.
Seria, this evening's revelries are for you, not for the two of them.
I suppose.
Shall we dance? I believe it is custom for us to have the first dance.
Of course, Your Grace.
Why are Archduke Burke and Seria the only ones dancing, Leland?
Well, His Grace is of extremely high rank.
Well, what about Callis and me?
Well, the two of you are also individuals of extremely high standing.
I see.
Pardon me, milady. I see the drinks are running low. Duty calls.
Maybe the Archduke's side would have been better after all.
Your Grace, is everything to your liking?
Leland, have you seen Seria?
I believe the Archduchess went to the terrace. Wait, did you just call her Grace by her first name? When did you two get so close?
Leland, please, give it a rest. She rarely has the chance to be alone. Allowing her a moment to herself wouldn't be a bad thing.
Please don't allow anyone out onto the terrace.
Yes, Your Grace.
This is all so overwhelming. Up until a few days ago, I thought I was going to become the Marchioness of House Hannington. Can't tell if I'm making any of the right choices. If my marriage to Callis had gone smoothly, would I have been able to avoid Seria's fate and live out a quiet, happy life? Can I live a quiet, happy life now married to Rusha? I thought Callis's feelings for me were real, but just like in the original story, he has an undeniable connection with Lena. If that's the same as the novel, is everything that happens in the story unavoidable? Is fate locked in? Or do we have free will in this world?
Seria,
Lena!
I'd like to finish our talk from earlier.
This is the Archduchess's terrace. Even the Archduke isn't permitted out here. How on earth did you manage to?
I told Callis I want a divorce.
And?
I've heard that it's just as difficult for a Stern to get divorced as it is to get married. Maybe we won't be able to finalize things right away, but I promise I'm going to return what I've taken from you.
It seems you've misunderstood. It wouldn't matter to me if you were to part with Callis because of divorce or death. Nothing would change. I no longer have any feelings for him. Just what is it you want from me, Lena?
I don't want anything from you. It's just...
That cologne. Is Callis lurking around here? Oh, these two just don't quit.
I came to tell you that I know I'm not important here. I feel like a third wheel, caught between you and Callis.
Hold on a second. That's exactly what I said to Rusha earlier. Nearly word for word. Why did she say that just now? What game is she playing at? Oh, this is so frustrating. I never had any intention of butting heads with Lena. I wanted to steer clear of her entirely. Allow us both to live peacefully. But it seems like she's intent on causing problems. Am I the villainess? Or is she? The anger she pushes me to. It makes me wonder if I'm fated to forever be the villain, no matter how hard I try to be good. You eavesdrop on me. You throw my own words back in my face. You set me up.
I was only trying to help.
And now you continue to lie to my face? I've never done anything to you, So why do you keep hurting me like this? Since you refuse to leave, I will. Goodbye, Lena. And then, the strangest thing happened. Lena reached out and touched me. I tried to turn away, but then she disappeared. I couldn't believe my eyes. All that was left of her was a single shoe on the terrace. The moon! The moon became the entire night sky. It shone as bright as the sun. Did Lena just... Could it be?
Seria, did you just push Lena off the ledge?
Callus, you sound insane!
Where is she? Where did she go? Lena! You did it, didn't you? You killed her. I always knew you were jealous of her, but to stoop this low? You are horrible, Seria. Just horrible.
I'm horrible? You are the one sneaking around, spying on me.
Well, maybe you deserve to be spied on if this is how you're behaving. Lena!
I didn't push her, Callus. She just disappeared. Do you really intend to hurt me until the very end? I can't take much more.
Seria,
And then, Lena reappeared, flying in the sky above us, eclipsing the moon. I hate to admit it, but she looked absolutely stunning.
Lena!
There, are you happy? She's alive. In the story, Lena passes back and forth between her former world and this one several times. I wasn't expecting the first time to happen tonight, or anytime soon. If things keep going according to the story, the second time she does this, she'll be gone for a year. If that happens, Callus will surely have me pinned for her murder. I won't have a year to wait for her to show herself again. I'll be executed before I have time to protest.
Lena, are you alright? What just happened?
No, I'm not okay. Not yet. Please help me.
It's okay. Lena, I have you.
Not yet? What does she mean by not yet? You know, Callus, I never thought you would suspect me of being a murderer.
Seria, please, I misspoke.
No, I think you've made yourself very clear.
Please don't do this now. Look at Lena, she's suffering.
I can tell which of us matters most to you. I'll leave you to it. Ever since I awoke as Seria Sterne, I've done everything I can to survive. It hasn't been easy trying to save a reputation that's hit rock bottom. I was so happy when he proposed to me. It felt like all of my hard work was finally paying off. Even through him choosing Lena and bringing me to the brink of death on our wedding day, I still never would have suspected that all the hard work I've been doing this past year would vanish. In an instant. Just the fact that Lena disappeared made him suspicious of me? It was all for nothing. It was all for nothing.
Seria?
Oh, Your Grace, I always seem to let you see me in this dreadful state.
And I always seem to find you in this dreadful state.
Did you hear everything?
Well, no.
I can tell you're lying. You've heard it all, didn't you?
The Marquis and the Saint were speaking quite loudly, and
I wasn't.
you all contributed equally to creating quite the ruckus up there.
Oh, I'm so embarrassed.
Don't be. You look like you need a good cry. You need to let it all out.
I guess that would feel good.
You're safe with me.
The High Priest took Lena away.
He arrived in quite the fury and whisked her off last night.
Interesting. I know the High Priest. He can be stern, but he's not the type to do anything with a fury. And you came to my chambers this early in the morning to discuss just that, Leanin?
Well, it seems His Grace hasn't broached the subject with you just yet, but...
Come on, Leanin. Spit it out.
Have you by chance heard of Laurel Manor, Your Grace?
Seria, I'm so sorry. I know apologizing can't heal all the wounds I've inflicted on you, but can you give me one more chance?
Callus, please. What difference would it make if we started over? You think you wouldn't run back to Lena the second she asked for you?
No, I wouldn't, I swear.
You'd run back to her side the moment she called your name. What was it you asked me last night on the terrace?
I asked if you pushed Lena off the ledge, but anyone else would have thought the same.
No one else would have jumped to that conclusion. You were the only one to question my innocence. But you should know me better than anyone. You were supposed to love me. You've hurt me too deeply. I don't want to live like this any longer. I refuse to keep swallowing my misery just to avoid a tragic death. And I don't want to keep worrying about you running off with Lena. I don't need to be so worried about the original story and how our fates played out. I need to watch out for myself right now. I need to stop getting trampled on. I'm ending things between us. Once and for all. You can have your ring.
I'm so sorry, Seria.
Leanin, let us continue our conversation, which was so rudely interrupted, in the courtyard.
Yes, my lady. Straight away. Are you all right, my lady? Marquis Hennington was speaking out of run.
You'd be surprised at how strong I am. I can handle myself.
Oh no, my lady. You appear very strong indeed. And you did handle yourself. And with such grace.
What was it that you needed to tell me, Leanin?
You must be so exhausted.
Come on, Leanin. Spill.
Well, within the Burke estate, there...
Oh, Bibi, you're here!
Lady Seria.
Look at you! You're out of the dungeon, finally! You've been through so much!
No. Nothing too terrible, my lady.
But you must still be freezing. Wasn't the dungeon too cold?
Well...
And you must be so hungry. You should go to the kitchens right away. Oh, I'll send Leanin over to have them prepare your favorite meal.
Now, Your Grace, I shall not be going to the kitchens right now because we're in the middle of a very important conversation. We need to...
My lady, please. The dungeon wasn't nearly as cold as the time I was immersed in icy water for 3 days. So, I'm assuming you must have killed either you-know-who or his little friend while I was detained?
Hush up. Of course not.
Fine then. If you don't want to get your hands dirty, I'll certainly do it for you. Just say the word.
Bibi, they'll have you killed if you even try.
I can go completely undetected. The only reason I was just in the dungeon is because I chose to be.
Please, don't get yourself into any more trouble than you're already in.
First of all, I heard that, Abigail. Second of all, please, might I be allowed to finish what I was saying?
Oh, I'm sorry, Leanin. Of course. Please, go right ahead.
This is of the utmost importance. Within the Burke estate, there is a place that is quite famous in certain circles. I'm referring to Laurel Manor. You've likely heard of it. You are to accompany the Archduke there tomorrow.
I'm going to Laurel Manor? Laurel Manor, where only immediate members of the Burke family are permitted to stay, is only mentioned in a few lines of the novel. Those few lines describe it as a place that has faded into obscurity. But Leanin is making it seem very important indeed. I'm racking my brains, trying to remember if there was anything more about it in the book. Why would I need to go there tomorrow?
Thank goodness I was able to inform you. It would have been disconcerting to learn of your trip on the very day of departure. At any rate, please be sure to thoroughly prepare and be ready first thing in the morning.
Yes. Of course, I'll be ready. What on earth is going on?
dear, Your Grace. Look at this blizzard. I received word from Sir Eliot that the blizzard is only going to get worse as the day goes on.
Thank you, Lenin. You're always so attentive and energetic, even at this early hour.
Oh, anything for you and the Archduchess.
Seria, are you ready? We must set off as the blizzard is about to worsen.
Oh dear. She isn't awake yet, Your Grace. I shall wake her at once.
That won't be necessary. She seems to be sleeping comfortably for the first time in a long while. We shall depart as is. I'll carry her to the carriage.
Whew. Oh, I'm suddenly so cold. What is that sound? Wait, where am I? Did we leave for Laurel Manor already? What is going on? How did I get here?
Go back to sleep. We still have a long way to travel.
How am I supposed to sleep like this? Thank you, Your Grace, for making sure I made it into the carriage, but you can let go of me now. I'd like to go sit over on the other side. I don't need to keep laying across your lap.
Let you go. But you haven't any shoes.
Oh, I'm barefoot, in front of Rusha. Oh, why don't I have my shoes?
We were in a mad dash to leave with the storm approaching. There wasn't time to bring along your slippers. There'll be a pair in the luggage carriage. For now, just sleep.
No offense, Your Grace, but would you be able to sleep in such conditions?
Just as I thought. This carriage is too cold for you. Here, give me your feet. I'll warm you up.
Oh my god, he's touching my feet. Oh, I'm going to faint. This is way too much. Oh, Your Grace, don't touch my feet.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? Do you normally touch other people's bare feet like this?
You're hardly other people, don't you think?
What's you trying to do to me here? Well, still, feet are... It's so intimate. Wait a second. Your Grace.
Yes, my lady?
Are we, by any chance, traveling to Laurel Manor for our bridal night? This temporary marriage is starting to feel too real. First, he's consoling me while I cry, then he's carrying me to the carriage while I sleep, then he's touching my bare feet without batting an eye, and now we're going to Laurel Manor for our bridal night? I'm getting totally swept away. This is all happening so fast, Oh god. I can't believe I just asked that. And I don't know what I want the answer to be.
That's right. We will be having our bridal night at Laurel Manor.
Why is he making that face? He seems like he's holding in laughter. You're kidding, aren't you?
What gave it away?
I guess I know you by now, Your Grace.
I hope this isn't all too much. I'm just holding your feet because they look cold. There aren't many ways to warm them up in a carriage, you know. I'm just trying to help.
No, Your Grace, please. Your Archduchess declines your kind offer. I decline on my name as a Stern. I don't know why I said Archduchess.
Why did you correct yourself? You are my Archduchess, after all. And if the Archduchess is opposed, then the Archduke is powerless to contradict her. What was that?
Monsters! Monsters have appeared!
Monsters? What now? How could things possibly get crazier? Monsters?
How far are we from the gates of Laurel Manor?
It's directly ahead, sir!
Have everyone don their astral armor at once?
Yes, Your Grace!
What a relief that we have a Stern among us. Stay in the carriage. I'll send Lenin in to join you and keep you safe.
Your Grace!
Yes, Seria?
Please. Don't get hurt.
I won't. carriage is under attack! Seria!
Leanin, are you alright?
Are you unharmed, your ladyship? That was quite the hit.
Oh no. Leanin's face! Something is terribly wrong. Is that...
You know, I'm feeling a little dizzy. Maybe it's shock.
demonic energy!
Lady Seria, why are you looking at me like that?
Leanin, hold still. Seria's purifying abilities were never that powerful, but they might be able to deal with this much.
Are you hurt? What's going on?
I'm fine. I'm just trying to purify demonic energy from Leanin. I think I did it. Let me see your face.
I feel better, certainly.
Pardon, but we've dealt with all the monsters in the immediate vicinity, Your Grace. However, it appears the carriage is no longer usable.
We'll have to proceed on horseback. Come on, Seria.
I thought traveling on horseback would mean I would be riding a horse. But Rusha has insisted he wrap me up in a blanket and carry me on his lap. I feel like a silkworm.
I would never permit such a creature on my horse.
Oh! Is that...
Yes, we've arrived at Laurel Manor.
So, this is Laurel Manor. It's so dreary.
What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. It just feels a little different from your other castle, Your Grace.
Your Grace? Archduke Berg? And this is your Archduchess?
Marta.
Only temporarily.
Your Grace, the knights are waiting at the gates.
Very well. I will have a word with them. Marta, take care of Seria.
This place is rather curious. I didn't think anyone was living here. I thought the manor wasn't being maintained because it was vacant. What reason could Rusha have to neglect this place?
My lady, come, sit. I was just preparing some tea for us.
Thank you, Leanin. Oh, what a long day it's been. There's mold all over the walls here. It's moving! That's strange. Maybe it's demonic energy. It might even be demonic shadows. I remember in the book, Lena gained influence with the imperial family once she managed to successfully purify the bizarre demonic shadows that had thwarted not only other Sharons, but even the High Priest himself. But the ones she purified were in the imperial palace. I wonder what's going on here.
I see the mold has caught your eye. Has His Grace mentioned the situation to you at all?
What situation?
It's been an issue for the past 15 years. We've done everything we can think to do, but to no avail. His Grace has resorted to calling sorcerers from the kingdom of Nesla to the manor. They'll be coming while we're here.
Sorcerers? But the High Church condemns them as heretics. Demonic shadows infesting the walls? Sorcerers on their way? This is terrifying. Is it all right for me to be hearing this? Sharons can't be involved with dark magic.
I'm sure His Grace will recompense you for your silence.
But wouldn't it have been easier to just not bring me? I don't understand why I'm here.
Well, no, I shouldn't.
You shouldn't what? Come on, Leanin. Tell me.
Call me a romantic, but maybe His Grace wanted to introduce you to Marta. She basically raised him when he was younger.
Couldn't he do that at any time?
There may not be another time after this. This will be the final attempt to rid the castle of the mold, Lady Seria.
The final attempt? What does he mean?
The mold has eaten away at the manor. It won't be able to withstand much more.
Can't His Grace just evacuate everyone to the main castle?
It's not so simple.
Why is Lenin being so cagey? Where's Rusha? None of this was mentioned in the book.
It seems the Archduke isn't back yet. You'd best retire first, Your Grace.
Where will His Grace be sleeping this evening?
My lady, he'll be sleeping here, of course. These are his bedchambers.
That's fine. It is not fine. I know we're technically married, and I should be playing the part of Rusha's Archduchess while we're here, but where am I actually supposed to sleep?
Oh, Seria. Why on earth are you sleeping on the settee? You really are quite a handful, aren't you? I wish you'd just slept in the bed. Here, I'll carry you to the bed for a dignified rest.
This bed is so squishy. Wait. That's Rusha. I'm in bed with Rusha. What the heck? How did I get here? Why is he holding me in his sleep? Is he asleep? He really is just so handsome. Oh my god. He's awake. Why are we laying here just staring at each other? I need to get up and get out of this bed. Well, I'm off. Have a pleasant morning.
You're going to just leave after waking me up by staring at me?
I wasn't staring.
Oh, okay, you weren't.
You know, I tried to give you your space and sleep on the settee. Marta must have come in and moved me.
I moved you.
Why would you do that?
You don't need to avoid me. We're married.
I suddenly cannot breathe. There's something I've been curious about, Your Grace.
What is it?
It's about this place. The conditions here could hardly be considered ordinary. It's quite, well, I don't want to offend you, but it's quite run down here. Why are you insisting that Marta and the staff remain?
I've done nothing of the sort.
If it isn't at your behest, then why are they here?
They are bound to this manor. They can't take a single step outside.
Bound here? Is it a curse? Does it have something to do with the demonic shadows?
Well, actually, Marta is the only one bound here. The others have chosen to stay with her.
So Marta has been bound to this manor, which can no longer withstand the encroachment of demonic shadows. Which means that if the structure were to fall into ruins, she would die.
It's because of me.
Because of him? What does he mean? His Grace left to check the borders again? Even with the snow as high as it is?
It is the sensible thing to do, given monsters have already been sighted.
I can't stop thinking about my conversation with Rusha this morning. Lenin?
Yes, Lady Seria?
Could you tell me what exactly happened here?
Oh. Yes, well, I suppose it wouldn't be wrong. After all, you're now undoubtedly a member of House Burke. It occurred back when His Grace was a teenager. His father, the previous Archduke, had brought his illegitimate son to the manor. The two of them wished to oust His Grace from his position as heir. The late Archduke was always finding fault in everything his son did. And what's more, he was threatening Sir Eliot.
Your Grace.
He demanded that he place a strand of his own hair inside the Emerald Sea Chest if he truly desired to become a guardian of House Burke.
What's the Emerald Sea Chest?
It is an heirloom of the Burke family used by seasoned, honor-seeking knights wishing to become guardians of Laurel Manor. Those who place a lock of hair within it can no longer leave the confines of the manor.
Making them bound here?
Yes, exactly. In the end, Mrs. Marta put a block of her own hair inside the chest to prevent His Grace's only knight from being forever bound to this place. She has been unable to leave since then. Those close to her have chosen to remain by her side. There's more to the story, of course. I could go on all day. But that is a brief summary of events.
I see. Thank you, Lenin. I'm grateful you shared such details with an outsider like me.
Your ladyship, you are not an outsider.
Of course Rusha feels personally responsible for all of this. And poor Marta. Surely there must be a way to save this manor. I see some of the mold on that wall over there. It's really everywhere, isn't it, Lenin?
It's a complete infestation, my lady.
I'm going to see if I can purify it. Like how I purified Lenin's face after the monster attack. Maybe I can do something about this.
My lady, where are you going?
I need to see something.
The mold disappeared at your touch.
I can purify it after all. Oh, but at this rate, it'd probably take me 1,000 years to get rid of everything. I knew Seria's purification powers were too weak for this. In the story, Lena was able to locate the source of demonic energy and purge it using her powers as a saint. That means there must be a place like that here as well. I just need to find it.
My lady, I'm glad you've come inside. Come to the dining hall. I've prepared something special that may be to your liking.
To my liking, Marta? What on earth? The table is covered in cakes and cookies and other sweet treats.
There's no one else here at the manor who'd eat such things.
I don't particularly have a sweet tooth. There's no reason he would. Marta, what's wrong? Oh, I hope I didn't offend you. I'll gladly eat whatever you've made it. It all looks...
There's a peculiar boulder on the estate, one that's composed entirely of a special sugar. I told him that after sampling the sugar, the flavourings no longer suited my palate. I was just trying to make him feel better about, well, everything.
Rusha cares a great deal for these people. Well, for some reason, my heart aches. Ever since I possessed Seria, I've struggled each and every day just to survive. I haven't had a chance to relax like this in a long time. I need to save this place, and these people, however I can.
Lady Seria, are you sure we should be here? The cellars aren't usually where a lady like yourself should be.
Lenin, we're on the right track. I can feel it. This must be the place. The demonic energy definitely feels stronger.
But perhaps this isn't the best time. I received word that the sorcerers from Nesla arrived and should be down here. They have been instructed to stay out of your way, but we should also make our best efforts to stay out of their way as well, don't you think?
I thought there was no part of this estate off limits to me. Did the Archduke not give his consent?
Well, yes, that is technically correct, Your Grace.
Do you smell that?
Something is burning. Oh, look! Insignia herbs.
Insignia herbs. To most, they are nothing but weeds. But for those with divine power like Rusha, they act like a sleeping draught. The sorcerers must be burning these. But why? Never mind me, Lenin. But His Grace, the master of this manor, is head of one of 17 great houses known for their divine power. How dare the sorcerers burn these here?
I agree, my lady. So maybe we should exit the cellars and go back to the main castle.
I see them. I'm going to have a word.
Your Grace!
You there! The Archduke is on the premises. You should know not to burn insignia herbs here.
It is our understanding that His Grace has been away from the manor for some time. Besides, it is a vital part of our efforts to dispel this ominous darkness.
Is that the emerald sea chest behind him?
Who exactly are you, young lady?
Enough. You know perfectly well who I am. How dare you demand answers from me so arrogantly? Don't get into a brawl with these sorcerers now. I'm just going to try to get closer to the emerald sea chest to see if it's the source of the demonic energy.
Not so fast. Where do you think you're going?
You dare obstruct her ladyship? Are you mad?
Back off. Don't touch that chest.
I was right. My powers aren't strong enough to rid this castle of demonic energy. There's too much of it. But could Lena?
If you interfere with our incantations for much longer, then this entire realm will be...
Spare me your threats. We're finished here. Come on, Lenin. The emerald chest is the source of all of this. I'm sure of it. What do I do? Your Grace, I have something for you.
A gift? From my wife?
Of sorts.
Why a laurel branch?
I'd like you to have it. You go and check for monsters every day. It makes me nervous that you're out there.
I hardly need this kind of protection with a Sterne here at my side.
I went to the cellars today.
But what of the sorcerers? Was there trouble?
A little. But Lenin and I put a stop to it.
I know you put a stop to it all on your own.
Your Grace, I'm trying to be humble. I just really love it here. Come to think of it, none of these people or any of these events were mentioned in the book. Not even Marta. Does that mean they're all going to disappear with the manor? I don't want this place to go away. Wouldn't it be horrible of me to keep silent when I know how to fix this? I believe I've found a way to purify this manor.
You have?
Yes, Your Grace. I believe Saint Lena has the ability to do it. I can't believe I'm suggesting this. In the end, is it going to be me who brings Rusha and Lena together? I knew our marriage is only temporary, but it would hurt to lose him. This is making me feel uneasy. But I suppose they are fated for one another. And if she can save the manor, then maybe it is all worth it.
Enough.
Pardon?
No more talk of the saint. What other possibilities are there? Can you not do it yourself?
I'm afraid not.
I have no intention of allowing a woman with no ties to House Burke to set foot in this manor. Besides, the saint isn't someone we can just order around to do whatever we want her to.
If you'd like, I could temporarily hire her as my priestly escort. I don't have the authority to do so myself since I already have Bibi, but...
It seems I need to make myself clear. I have absolutely no intention of bringing a woman other than my Archduchess into this manor.
Why is he being so stubborn? She is the only person who can save this place. I know I am being presumptuous, I do. It's just, I want everyone who lives here to remain safe.
And so you are suggesting I invite her here? Really? Have you no pride? You might be sympathizing with the people here, but I suggest you take the time to reflect on yourself first. Do you care about our marriage at all? Are you not worried I might follow in Marquis Hannington's footsteps?
How dare he ask me that? How could I not be? This beautiful, idyllic, tranquil manor and these warm-hearted people who offer me kindness? If Lena were to come here, she might end up becoming the center of this world. How could I possibly stand by feigning ignorance when I know a way to save them all? He doesn't see the risk I'm taking. He's stubborn and mean. Marquis Hannington is different from you, Your Grace. I chose Callus myself. I did not choose you or Laurel Manor.
Yes, you are quite right. I am not the man you chose.
You'd be wise to not forget it.
Perhaps you've misunderstood. I was simply putting on a show, being proper and polite, when I called you my Archduchess.
Your Grace!
Imagine how foolish I would look to everyone around me if I didn't treat you like my wife. What kind of man would I be? I don't care if you wish to embrace me.
Yes, it was I who was deluded. How very insolent of me. It makes no difference to me whether or not you send for her. I'm leaving. What just happened? Why did we say those things to each other? And after he's been so nice to me. I should have known. Lenin said Marta is tied to this place because of Rouge's illegitimate half-brother, a child his father had with another woman. Bringing up Lena must have made him feel like I don't care if he has another woman. But still, the things he said were so cruel. Marta! Marta, what are you doing on the floor? Are you okay? Marta, can you hear me?
I've found a most excellent star to offer my god.
Okay, this is not good. First, Rusha and I get into a huge fight, and now Marta is laying in a pool of blood on the floor, and I have a knife to my throat? Is this how I die? I need to think fast.
Come along with us, and I'll make sure that...
Turns out Seria is kind of good at fighting. That'll show him.
Who are you?
Seria has such distinct features. The green hair, for one thing. He should know exactly who I am. What did you come here for? I had told Lenin I was suspicious of the sorceress, but I never suspected something like this would happen. At least I was able to fight him off. No! Oh.
Get your hands off her!
Archduke Berg!
You're deplorable. Are you all right, Seria?
I think so.
Go back to the room. I'll handle this.
What on earth just happened? I hope he's able to save Marta. It feels strange coming back to his chambers like this, especially after our argument.
Seria?
What do I do? Do I thank him? No, forget it. I'm still angry about the things he said. I'm not talking to him.
Seria, are you awake?
He's putting his hand on my shoulder. So tenderly. Is he stroking my hair? What do you think you're doing?
I was just checking to make sure you're not hurt.
I'm fine.
Lenin told me that you were suspicious of the sorceress. Do you know how much danger you put yourself in trying to fight him all on your own?
They would never have dared to actually harm me. They know very well that I'm a Stern. Nothing would have happened to create trouble for you, Your Grace.
Create trouble for me? That's not what I'm talking about. Why didn't you share your concerns about the sorcerers with me?
You're asking me why? Why would I go to you? You threw my failed engagement in my face, just to ridicule me.
What?
You had every intention of hurting me. I'm sorry I upset you, but I didn't deserve everything you said to me. And now you scold me? For what?
Seria, I'm sorry. I didn't mean the things I said. I was careless. I don't know what came over me. I apologize.
Wait. Did Rusha just apologize to me? Come here.
Are you asking me to lay beside you?
You must be exhausted after everything that's happened today. Or do you intend to keep sitting there on the edge of the bed all night?
Seria.
Oh. Your Grace.
Call me by my name.
Oh, what the hell? Might as well go for it. Rusha. We're kissing? Is this even allowed? Yes, of course it's allowed. We're married. I'm kissing my husband. Rusha. What's that sound?
You can hear it too?
Of course I heard that. What was it?
I hear these mysterious sounds every time I come here. But no one else at the manor seems to notice them.
But it's so loud. How can we be the only two? Is there something special about it? Or maybe... The Giroux Empire was founded by a great sage known as Grimia, who had been blessed by the heavens. He was bestowed with 2 divine gifts. The first was an immense fortune, which was showered onto Giroux's imperial family. The second was the emergence of 17 houses, each with their own divine powers. Thanks to Grimia, these 17 families have continued to possess holy magic for generations. They are now known by the holy appellation Grand Van Chet. Among them, the representative houses are Hannington, Caledon, and Burke. If that sound can only be heard by those with divine power, then... Rusha, do you happen to know if there is an altar in the cellars?
I don't think there's a chance anything like that would be on these grounds.
I detected some sort of faint power while I was down there earlier. Perhaps it was emanating from an old holy relic. I believe the source of the shadows could also be down there.
You stay here, where it's safe. I'll go.
You seem to occasionally forget who your wife is. I am a Sterne. I'm coming with you. Oh, God. Oh, the cellars are so much scarier at night.
Why are you shivering like that? Are you cold?
No. I'm just,
You behaved so recklessly before. And now here you are, trembling in the darkness. I'm not sure I'll ever understand you.
There are so many peculiar objects down here. Is that a Constellation steel monolith? It's strange they put such valuable things in a cellar like this. Wait, what is that? It looks like a crown. Why is it shining like that? It feels like it's beckoning me to touch it.
Seria, what are you doing?
Ah!
Seria!
Please! I just want to live a normal life, even if it's only for a single day. I begged you not to abandon me! My moon!
Seria!
What just happened? Where am I? I thought I was at Laurel Manor.
Lady Seria.
Bibi?
Oh, Lady Seria, thank God you're awake. When you failed to wake up for 3 full days, I nearly tore that whole damn manor down with my bare hands.
3 days? What's going on? Since you're here, I must be back at the main castle.
Yes, we're in the Archduchess's chambers. His Grace had you brought here after you victoriously saved Laurel Manor.
What do you mean, Bibi? Are the shadows all...
Disappeared. Entirely.
How can this be true? Lena never even came. What happened back there?
You collapsed after touching this?
The circlet. Wait! I remember this. In the story, the circlet ended up in the hands of Seria's older brother, Nisus Caledon, after a fierce struggle between several of the minor male characters. Nisus then gave it to Lena, who liked it so much that she wore it wherever she went. But what was it doing at Laurel Manor? I thought Nisus was supposed to buy it from an auction house.
Archduke Burke is gifting it to you, Your Grace.
To me? Why? It must be an important family heirloom. And it's supposed to be Lena's.
Everything House Burke holds is now yours as well, Your Grace.
This is all so strange. What were all of those visions? I don't remember anything like this being in the story.
Do you intend to catch your death of cold? Why am I always finding you out here without a coat? Here, take mine.
Thank you for meeting me. I wanted to speak to you about this.
The circlet. Were you surprised?
It's a wonderful gift. Well, I've decided to wear it as a necklace. To be honest, having such a large piece of jewelry on my head seemed like it would be a little flashy.
Flashy? No. I think it would look quite tasteful.
Please. Me in a crown?
Why would I lie to you? It'll be subtle, even.
Subtle? You're only saying that because you're not the one wearing it.
No.
Should we have you try it on?
Only if you would like to put it on me.
You think I won't? Come on. Lower your head. He's so close I can smell his hair. His wonderful hair.
Well, are you going to put it on me or what?
Actually, I think it suits me better.
As you wish. I was ready to wear it. For you.
Did you know that this amulet possesses divine power?
Well, it looks like a holy relic. But those are hardly uncommon.
Do you have any idea how precious and powerful something like this is? You should be demanding I return it at once.
I am not in the habit of taking back gifts. Besides, Seria, you saved Laurel Manor. I'm forever in your debt.
Well, I shall resume my inspections of the glacier next week.
You have changed so utterly and completely. It's strange.
I just prefer when people don't despise me. Don't you feel the same way, Rusha?
I really haven't the faintest idea why you wish to see prisoners, my lady.
It seems those shamans had a specific goal in mind when they came to the manor. I want to find out what it was.
Certainly, His Grace or myself could find this information for you.
I was the one who was attacked, Lenin. I was the one who found Marta all bloodied. And thank God she's safe.
You're so strong-willed, my lady.
Here they are. You there. Is this what you were after?
Lady Seria, don't bring the circlet so close to the prisoner.
Give me that!
Mystery solved. You have the information you wanted. Let's be on our way. Mikhail is behind this, isn't he?
Eliot said as much. The scale of the undertaking appears to be larger than we originally thought.
He's always been angry that he's illegitimate. Does he believe destroying House Burke will alter the circumstances of his birth?
An illegitimate child. Lenin said Mikhail was the previous Archduke's beloved son. For him to hire dagger-wielding shamans, what does he want with holy relics?
Sir Eliot!
Your Grace, a party of priests, including the High Priest, were making their way to the High Church when they became isolated by heavy snow and encountered monsters. St. Lena and Marquis Hannington were among them, and we have received an urgent request that Lady Seria and a contingent of knights be dispatched at once.
What is the scale of the threat?
We've been told it's a smattering of hosts.
In that case, send word that they can all freeze to death where they are.
Your Grace!
If it appears they truly do require assistance, we can dispatch Eliot with a team of knights. Seria isn't going.
The High Priest is asking for help. He must be refusing because he thinks it put me in a difficult position. But refusing the High Priest's request would certainly have negative repercussions for House Burke. I can't allow animosity to develop between Burke and the High Church. I think it would be best if I offer my assistance.
You know I could come up with any excuse for you. There's no need for you to go if you do not wish to. However, if you truly want to go to their aid, then I shall accompany you.
He's taking my hand in his. Let's go together, Rusha.
Thank you for responding to our request, Your Grace.
It's High Priest Amos! I'm a little starstruck. He was one of my favorite characters in the book.
Seria Sterne?
Greetings, Your Excellency.
I see you have matured a great deal.
Greetings, High Priest Amos. Precisely how great a threat do these monsters pose?
Follow me inside, and I shall explain. If you wouldn't mind waiting in the barracks, Lady Sterne, the priests will be by shortly to bring you a map.
Yes, of course.
Will you be all right on your own for the time being?
I'm a Sterne.
This is a perilous place.
Come on, Rusha.
Until later, then. Oh, precious Sterne.
Callus and Lena must be somewhere around. I want to avoid them at all costs. Although Lena is a fellow Sterne, I should probably see her at least once before the mission.
Seria, it's you! Did you really come here to rescue me? Even after everything?
Oh God, here she is. And she's hugging me. Great. That's enough, Saint Lena. I came here as a Sterne in response to a request for help. The High Priest himself is here. We had no choice but to come.
Well, still... Oh, that necklace. Where did you get that?
Why does she care? Archduke Burke gave it to me. I guess in the book it's supposed to be hers?
As a wedding gift. I want one like that.
She's being so strange.
If it was a wedding present, I suppose you'll be returning it to him once the two of you divorce. Won't you?
She says all these things in such a sweet voice. It's like she's trying to trick me into anger. Has she always been like this? Something feels off. It's like she's a different character than what she was in the novel. Lena, you seem to be very taken by this necklace. I might mistake you for being quite covetous.
It's just so pretty, is all. If you ever happen to grow tired of it, perhaps you could give it to me as a birthday present.
Goodness, Lena! What are you going on about? Don't you just rip it off my neck now if you're so desperate for it.
Now don't get cross.
Enough, Lena. Stop.
Oh, great. Now Callus is here too.
I could hear you from out there. Speaking of divorce so casually, it's like you never learn. You're embarrassing yourself, and more, you're embarrassing me.
Oh dear.
I wasn't trying to be insensitive. Once we divorce, Seria will get her marriage to Archduke Burke annulled, so that the two of you can marry. I was really speaking for your sake.
Lena, come on now. I didn't mean to yell.
They're fighting like I'm not even here.
Seria, good to see you.
Oh, so now you address me.
Seria.
Monsters! The monsters have appeared! Be sure to stay within the Sterne's range of power!
This situation is absolutely dire. Concentrate. I need to stop freaking out. I am a Sterne. I can handle this. It's important that I stay right where I am. A Sterne's power can reach Constellation Steel within a 5-kilometer range. If a knight moves beyond that radius, their astral armor will quickly leach away their body heat, causing them to die of hypothermia. When battling monsters, both knights and Sternes have to be extremely vigilant. If I don't prove my worth to House Burke on their mission, then I don't think I ever could. I just hope Lena keeps in formation.
Lady Seria! Behind you!
I need to get my head out of the clouds. I could die here! After everything I've been through trying to stay alive, I could die by monster attack? It would be more noble than being beheaded, but still...
Seria, move aside! Are you alright, Seria?
Why did Callus just risk his life to save me? Shouldn't he be off wherever Lena is stationed? Oh no! Another one! Callus, behind you!
Lord Hannerton, don't tell me you're incapable of looking after your own head.
Archduke Burke!
Rusha!
I don't like you being out here unattended, Seria. Everyone here must be out of their minds allowing you to stand alone. It seems all of this talk about the preciousness of a Sterne amounts to nothing more than talk. If I were to lose you, we should never have come here.
When the two of them become so close.
Callus, what happened to your arm? It looks dreadful.
Lena, what are you doing here? You need to return to your station at once.
You are hurt, Callus. Let me see.
Don't touch me! You cannot be away from your station.
That saint. She really is out of her mind. How could a Sterne abandon her place in formation?
She seems a little off.
Callus, please. I just want to talk.
Saint Lena, you were made aware that you were not to leave your station. The rules do apply to you, you know.
I'm sorry, Your Excellency. I didn't think it would be serious.
We have formulated a plan that should allow us to deal with all of the remaining monsters tomorrow. Please, try to control yourself for one day. Thank you, Lady Seria, for all of your hard work and bravery.
Oh, Lena does not look so good over there. What's happening with her?
What did I do that was so wrong? Seria would have done the same thing if she were me. Everyone has been so mean to me. First, Seria treated me like she was better than me when I simply complimented her on her necklace. And then Callus was cross with me for no reason.
Now this! Why am I being treated like this? I am a saint and a Sterne. I'm speechless.
Rusha, how did you know I was in danger?
Somehow, I was overcome with the feeling that my wife was about to die. I couldn't let that happen.
Okay, come now. It wouldn't do for you to smother me to death after I managed to escape unscathed.
If you had died, I would have buried alive every single one of those nobles who sent that request for help. I went to such lengths to save you the first time. Nothing can ever happen to you.
Something about dying in battle is just so romantic. I can't stop looking into his eyes. How I want to kiss him. Enough. Everyone's watching us. Let's tear ourselves away from each other.
They all know we're married. I'll hold you as long as I want to.